If you think back to network security, even just a few years ago, it was kind of like defending a medieval castle, right? You'd build a big wall, dig a deep moat, and you felt pretty safe. But what happens when your castle doesn't really have walls anymore? Well, that's the reality for today's networks, and we're about to dive into how we can possibly defend them. And that really brings us to the biggest challenge facing pretty much every modern business. Your network's front door. It's not one single place anymore. It's on your employee's laptop at their kitchen table, it's in all those cloud services you use, and it's on every single phone and tablet connecting to your stuff.
I mean, look at it. Today's network is this massive, sprawling ecosystem. It stretches from your main office right into the cloud, from physical servers to virtual machines. You've got your mobile workforce, you've got IoT devices everywhere, people are bringing their own devices. Heck, even your partners need access. Every single one of those connections is a potential doorway for an attacker. And this is a huge deal. That old model of trusting everything and everyone inside the network, well, it's completely broken now. An attack can easily come from within. A simple infected USB drive or a compromised laptop that connects to the Wi-Fi, it can waltz right past all your main defenses. We just can't automatically trust any user or any device anymore. Okay, so to get our heads around all this, here's our roadmap. We're going to walk through 5 key areas. First, we'll talk more about this vanishing perimeter. Then we'll meet the solution, the modern firewall. We're going to see how it can look inside your traffic, how you can build defenses within your own network, and finally, how you bring it all together into what's called a unified security fabric. So let's officially kick things off with Section 1, the vanishing network perimeter. We're really going to nail down why that old castle and moat way of thinking is totally obsolete. To fight all these new threats, the firewall itself had to evolve in a big way. So say hello to the next generation firewall, or NGFW. This thing isn't just a wall, it's more like a super intelligent security guard that can handle a ton of different threats at once, with things like intrusion prevention and web filtering all baked right in. Which brings us to our second section. Let's properly meet this modern firewall. Think of it less as a simple gate and more as an intelligent guardian that's standing watch at every single critical point in your network. But listen, even the most powerful firewall on the planet is useless if it's not set up right. You have to nail the basics. First thing you do, change the default login info immediately. Then, make sure every administrator has their own unique account. You need that for accountability. And finally, use granular permissions. Only give people access to the features they absolutely need to do their job. This is ground zero for security. Okay, now for one of the most important upgrades, seeing inside your traffic. This is all about giving your network's guardian a pair of X-ray glasses so it can spot the threats that used to be completely invisible. We all love encryption, right? It's great for privacy, but it's also the perfect hiding place for malware. A traditional firewall can't see what's inside an encrypted connection. It just sees the outside of the tunnel, but has no idea there's a virus sneaking through inside of it. And the solution to this blind spot is called SSL Deep Inspection. This is basically the firewall's superpower. It acts like a secure middleman. It carefully decrypts the traffic, takes a good look inside for any threats, and then immediately re-encrypts it and sends it on its way. This way, you get total visibility without giving up security. Now, not all inspection is created equal. You've really got 2 main modes. Proxy-based is the super thorough one. It checks the entire file before it lets it through. It's definitely the most secure option. Then there's flow-based, which is much faster. It inspects the data as it's streaming by, which is better for performance. So you basically have to make a choice. Do you need deeper security, or do you need higher speed? In this quote from the source material really just says it all, doesn't it? Without full SSL inspection, your network has a massive, gaping blind spot. Encryption can be a shield that protects you, or it can be a cloak that hides an attacker. You absolutely have to be able to see inside. So we've secured the gate, and we've given our guard X-ray vision. That's great. But now we've got to talk about building walls inside the castle itself. That brings us to Section 4, architecting an internal defense. The key concept here is internal segmentation. The whole idea is if a threat does get in, you want to contain it so it can't spread. You can use things called VLANs to create these separate, secure zones in your network. Think of it like putting up digital walls to keep your finance department's network totally separate from marketing's.
Or for even more security, you can use VDOMs to slice a single physical firewall into multiple virtual ones, each with its own set of rules. That's kind of like turning one big building into a secure apartment complex. A fire in one unit won't burn down the whole place.
So that's great for what's inside, but what about connecting all those different pieces of our borderless network? How do you securely link up your branch offices, your remote workers, and your cloud stuff all back to the main network?
Well, the answer is usually a virtual private network, or a VPN. But the design of that VPN really matters. A hub-and-spoke model is pretty simple to set up, but if that central hub goes down, everybody's offline. A full mesh is definitely more complex, but it's also way more reliable, and it allows for faster, direct communication between your different sites. It's a classic trade-off between simplicity and resilience.
Okay, we've covered a lot of individual tools and strategies, but now, for our final section, we're going to bring it all together. Let's talk about the unified security fabric. We're going from individual guards to a fully coordinated army.
The big idea here, the real game changer, is integration. A security fabric allows all of your different security tools, your firewalls, your switches, your access points, everything to actually talk to each other. They share intelligence, they work together, and they respond to threats as one single cohesive team. It's a holistic approach, not just a bunch of separate parts. And this isn't just some abstract idea. It's a massive, real-world ecosystem. As of October 2024, there are more than 1.6 million Fortinet NSE certifications out there. That is a huge global community of professionals who know exactly how to build and manage these incredibly powerful, integrated security systems. And that integration is what makes automation possible. The fabric uses these cool things called stitches to create automated workflows. So for example, if a computer on the network gets compromised, that's the trigger. The FortiGate firewall can automatically quarantine it so it can't infect anything else, and then it can send an alert to the IT team on Microsoft Teams. All of that happens instantly, with zero human intervention. You're responding to threats at machine speed, not human speed.
So really, in today's borderless world, having a bunch of isolated security tools is like having individual soldiers fighting their own separate battles. A unified fabric, on the other hand, creates a coordinated defense that can see everything, share intelligence, and respond as one. So the question you have to ask yourself is, which one are you relying on to protect your network?